High school football on the air from Power 96. It's homecoming for Albert Lea, and they've got Kasson-Mantorville at the Gus for a 7 o'clock kickoff here tonight. And Kasson-Mantorville coming into the game 2-1, Albert Lea 0-3, and the Komets are ranked 8th in Class 4A with their 2-1 record, coming off a 14-7 loss to Mankato East. So they'll have their work cut out for them tonight. Will the Tigers? This is the Farmers Insurance pregame show, sponsored by agent Joey Talamontes at 710 East Main Street, Suite 100 in Albert Lea. Call Joey at 507-373-3245. Go online to agents.farmers.com. Click on Minnesota, click on Albert Lea, and you will see Joey there. And you can also like him on Facebook. So, yeah, the 8th-ranked Kasson-Mantorville team and other Big 9 teams that are ranked include Winona is 9th in 4A, as well as Mankato West ranked number 1 in 5A. Rochester Mayo is 6th in 5A rankings as well. So plenty of Big 9 teams ranked here this year. Blooming Prairie, by the way, number 1 ranked in the state. They're 3-0. And they are in Class 2A. Let's go to the coach of the Albert Lea Tigers, Mr. Paul Dunn. Homecoming week. That's always special, isn't it?
It is. It is. Exciting for the kids. It's fun.
Is it tough to keep their attention, though, on the task at hand, or are they doing all right?
Absolutely. I'm not going to lie. No, they've been pretty good. Practice has been good, especially yesterday. So hopefully that carries over into today, and that should work.
How in the heck is it fair that 4 of your first 5 games are against ranked teams in the top 10?
Well, I don't have any control over that. It's just kind of how it worked out this year, and you play good teams, and you hopefully get better yourself, and that Kasson's a good ball club, and we need to play at a high level and continue to see improvement, and we got some things fixed this week. I'm certain of that, and we'll compete at as high a level as we possibly can.
Last week, you guys were inches away from a couple of different touchdowns. You had one touchdown called back. That's a different game if those things go the other way. But ifs and buts and all that. But it was right there.
Yeah, we felt we put ourselves in position to be competitive at the end of the game. Some of those plays didn't work out like we'd hoped. But that's football, and we just keep plugging away. Keep trying to get better every day, get stronger, get faster, get smarter, all of those kinds of things. And, the kids have been responding, and their attitude is very good, and we just need to keep working.
How you doing on injuries? I know a couple of guys were banged up there during the game last week.
Yeah, we'll hopefully be getting most of them back. There's a couple of them that are iffy. You have to talk to the trainers, but we'll see. It's kind of next man up, at this stage of the season, especially after you've been through the meat grinder that we've been through.
Yeah.
You put whoever's healthy out there, and you encourage them to do as best they can.
Just so people know, and I get this straight, Faribault, you open. They've received votes in the top 10 for Class 4A. Then it was Stewartville. They're in a tie for 5th in the state in 4A. And then it was Red Wing. But then Kasson-Mantorville, this week's opponent, is ranked 8th in 4A. They just lost to Mankato East, though. They're 2-1. And Winona is next week's opponent, and they're ranked 9th in Class 4A. So you don't get a break at all.
No, and 2 of those on the road.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's Big 9 football. And we have to put on our big boy pants and go to work every day and get better every day.
And, I hear you. It's you can't do anything about it. It's the schedule. You got to go out and play it. And so the guys are staying with it. I mean, it's tough because, like we talked earlier in the year, a lot of them are playing both ways, offense and defense. And some of the other teams you're playing have a little more depth, and they don't have to do that. So by the end of the game, I get you guys are tuckered out.
Yeah, they are, and we've made some changes this week to try to alleviate that somewhat.
Okay.
And take some stress off of those players that have been playing almost every down. So hopefully that will pan out for us, and it will. Hopefully we can remain competitive late in the game.
All right. Well, I look forward to it. Homecoming is always a special time of year, and good luck. And we'll see you on the field tonight, Friday night.
All right. Thanks, Jay.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you pregame show by Farmers Insurance. Agent Joey Talamante, 710 East Main Street, Suite 100, Albert Lea. Call 507-373-3245. Online, agents.farmers.com. Click on Minnesota, click on Albert Lea. And so you can like them on Facebook as well. Our sports boosters, Mapleton Marine, Pizza Ranch, Thompson Sanitation, T&W Towing, Northbridge Mall, Derek's Preferred Auto, Freeborn County Solid Waste, and Becker Auto and RV in Hayward. We also thank Man Between the Lakes for sponsoring the scoreboard. Each time there's a scoring change, you'll hear from them. Man Between the Lakes and 119 South Broadway, downtown Albert Lea. Great quality clothing, tons of accessories for any man in your life, even if that man is you. And you can buy discount gift certificates to Man Between the Lakes on our Power Shopper at kqprfm.com. And like Man Between the Lakes on Facebook, too. Also, the guaranteed rate first half of Tiger football brought to you by Tammy and Rhonda at Guaranteed Rate in Albert Lea. For the best residential mortgage rates and service, call them at 507-320-2229. Or you can stop in at 134 South Newton Avenue in Albert Lea. And online, people.rate.com. And you can like them on Facebook, too. The Alpha Orthodontics second half of Tiger football will be brought to you by Alpha Orthodontics in the Skyline Plaza in Albert Lea, proud sponsor of Tiger football. Call 377-0222 or check them out online, alphaorthodontics.com, and like them on Facebook. The Bayview Freeborn Funeral Home halftime and final stats are brought to you by Bayview Freeborn Funeral Home, Albert Lea's only 100% locally owned full-service funeral home. They're when you need them at 1415 Highway 13, Albert Lea. Call 373-4330 or online, BayviewFuneral.com. And you can like them on Facebook, too. Tiger Player of the Game brought to you by Urban and Gerberts in Albert Lea. Right after each ball game, we'll award one Albert Lea athlete the Player of the Game honor and a $20 gift card from Urban and Gerberts at 132 Bridge Avenue in Albert Lea with a convenient drive-through, or download the free app and order online at urbanandgerberts.com. Plus, they deliver. And as well, thanks to Edward Jones Financial Advisor Angie Eggum at 127 South Broadway in Albert Lea. Call 507-373-2000. Online, edwardjones.com/Angie Eggum. Like her on Facebook. Farmers Mutual Insurance on Highway 13 in Manchester. Call 507-826-3425 and online, manchestermutual.com. And give them a like on Facebook as well. Hodgman Drainage, Highway 34, Dodge Center. Call 507-528-2225. Online, hodgmandrainage.com. And a like on Facebook is warranted there as well. Thompson Electric at 310 South 2nd Avenue West in Albert Lea. Call 507-373-4279. Like them on Facebook or online, thompsonelectricofalbertlee.com. Also, Albert Lea Taxi at 1325 Southeast Broadway. Give them a like on Facebook. And, of course, in Albert Lea, call 507-383-3341 for a great ride. Trading Post off Highway 65 in Gordonsville. Call 507-448-3302 and like them on Facebook as well. Football action on Power 96, brought to you by those fine 24 area businesses. We thank them very much. Could not do this without them.
Being a teenager is tough. There's the constant pressure to be liked.
Endless worrying about college.
Cyberbullying, high expectations, all the negativity.
There's no question. Being a teenager is tough. And what do Minnesota's teens do when they want to block out the noise and clear their heads?
We play!
Research shows that teenagers who participate in high school sports have lower stress levels, more confidence, and greater self-esteem. And then there's the biggest benefit of all.
High school sports are fun.
Not just fun.
They're a lot of fun.
Encourage your teenagers to participate in a sport or activity when they go to high school. They'll stress less and smile more. And they'll be laying the foundation for a happier, healthier future.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association. High school sports are as American as apple pie. And going to a game or meet is a chance to see the stars of tomorrow shine today. But as anybody who's ever attended a high school sporting event in Minnesota knows, you can't have the stars without the stripes. High schools are currently looking for new officials in almost every sport. Who looks good in stripes? Anybody looking for a way to stay connected to a sport they love. If you like the idea of giving back to your community while earning a few extra bucks, chances are you'd look good in stripes too. We want to hear from you. We need to hear from you. No officials means no games. No stripes means no stars. And what kind of America would that be? Minnesota needs more high school officials. Go to highschoolofficials.com to sign up or learn more. That's highschoolofficials.com.
How do you define strength? Is it physical? Or is it mental? Maybe it's both. Maybe it's whatever empowers a person to dig deeper, fight harder, and overcome obstacles that once seemed insurmountable. Discover how much stronger and more confident your children can be. Encourage them to participate in a sport when they go to high school.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
Power 96 is 96.1 KQPR FM, Albert Lee, Minnesota. As the color guard leaves the field here at the Jim Gustafson Field, and we're a couple of minutes away from kickoff here for homecoming 2021 for Albert Lee. And the competition is tough. Kasson-Mantorville ranked 8th in Class 4A, but as we discovered in the pregame, 4 of their first 5 games against ranked teams here this season, so it just doesn't get any easier as they go. In fact, next week, Winona is also there. I think they're 9th in 4A ranking, so it just keeps coming. But that's the schedule, and you got to play it. So no use crying about it. You just do it. And we're going to have Dakota Yankee starting at quarterback with Cole Jansen and Bryson Kirsch in the backfield to start with, and Garrett Giles in there as well with Derek McMillan also backing up Kirsch at the tailback position. Wide receivers or split ends, and going to be Max Edwin, a junior, Garrett Giles, a senior, Luke Moeller, a junior, and Tanner Kahn, a junior. Yankee, the junior quarterback, and then senior Cole Jansen, junior Bryson Kirsch, and Derek McMillan, also a junior. Across the front offensively, on the line, Wes Dahl is the left tackle, Trenton Johnson at left guard, center is Isaac Shea, Max Hacker at right guard, Justin Christensen at the right tackle position, and Logan Strom is a tight end for the Tigers. As we are just about to get going here, and both teams have yet to take the field. As far as position players for Kasson-Mantorville, they start senior Matt Donovan at quarterback. Jacob Heftman is the backup there. Brock Barwald is the junior running back, their leading carrier. And Kyle Nelson, also a sophomore, gets some action with Evan Snow and Emmett Rickey in there also, sophomore and junior. And then at wide receiver, just a couple of guys getting most of the catches. Gavin Giesler is a senior, and Noah Swartz. It's not Schwartz, it's Swartz, S-W-A-R-T-S. He is a sophomore for the Kasson-Mantorville Komets, who are 2-1. Albert Lee Tigers at 0-3, and Kasson-Mantorville kicking off here. Albert Lee receiving to start the game for homecoming. As far as our broadcast, we have audio and video available online for you. Facebook.com/Power96MN. And then on YouTube channel, youtube.com, search for Albert Lee Football.
and you'll find it there. We're not doing the stream on our website. That is reserved tonight for Austin Bruins hockey. So you can listen to that if you want to, but we are not going to be on the stream on our website for tonight's game. Just Facebook.com and also YouTube. And, homecoming. King and Queen crowned today. Lucy Stay is the homecoming queen, and Leon Kong crowned the homecoming king earlier today for Albert Lee High School. Dakota Yankee has 317 yards passing in 3 games so far this year. 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 25 of 61. He's also run it 7 times for -1 yards. Garrett Giles is 1 for 1 throwing for 37 yards from the tailback position. Running back Bryson Kirsch leading all ball carriers in yardage with 104. Most of that was last week in mop-up duty. He scored his touchdown, too, last week in Red Wing that way. 17 carries for 104 yards. Cole Jansen has 21 carries for 46. Garrett Giles, 4 carries for 18. 1 carry for Alex Palmer for 5 yards. And Derek McMillan, 7 carries for 5 yards. We're underway for homecoming. And the kick is bouncing from the 20 to about the 10. Picked up there by McMillan. He's going to the right, turns the corner, gets up to about the 20. So a 10-yard return. Max Edwin, the leading receiver for Albert Lee, 7 catches for 173 yards and 2 scores. Luke Moeller has 3 catches for 63. Logan Strom with 4 for 51. Tanner Kahn, a couple of grabs for 34. Garrett Giles and Cole Jansen each with 3 grabs. And so they start 1st and 10 from the 25. No, it's the 20. Scoreboard says 25, but it says 1st and 20 from the 25 on the scoreboard. So who do you believe? Me, because I'm watching it. Oh, there's a back to pass, and the ball comes squirting out of there, but I think they're going to call it incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 20. He was inundated with Komets in their white jerseys and blue pants on that drop back was Yankee. The ball squirted out, but they call it his arm moving forward, trying to get the ball out to the side. He's got a receiver right and 1 left with a dual backfield, and he gives to the first man through is Jansen, the fullback, and he has very few yards, if any. He's going to lose a yard or 2. They're going to put it down at the 19, so a loss of a yard. It's going to bring 3rd and long. Call it 3rd and 11 at the 19. As they huddle up and break the huddle, come up to the line of scrimmage, you got Mueller out to the left and Edwin wide right. The fake in the backfield, and then the screen pass to the running back that gets a couple of yards, but that's going to be it and bring up 4th and long, and that's Kirsch on the reception up to about the 21. They'll call it 2 yards. It's going to be 4th and 9 and force a punt. And going back to punt is Alex Palmer, sophomore for Albert Lee, and 2 Komets deep at about the 50. Here's the kick on a low snap, but he gets it away, and a fair catch called for, and then dropped near midfield, but they're able to jump on it, are the Kasson-Mantorville Komets. Mantorville Komets. And they'll be 1st and 10 at the Albert Lee 49 after that punt of officially 28 yards on the punt for Palmer. 1st and 10, Komets as they come out. Play already called and hit the line. Defensively for Albert Lee, starting Trenton Johnson on the defensive end with Garrett Giles on the other side. Max Hacker and Wes Dahl are the defensive tackles. Linebackers Logan Strom, Cole Jansen, and Bryson Kirsch. Corners are Connor May and Cameron Mudra, and safeties Mason Drescher and Max Edwin. First play is a run up the middle. It's going to just gain short yardage. On the stop for the Tigers was Logan Strom, and I believe that was I didn't get a number on the other guy there. One of the defensive linemen was in on that tackle. They're going to gain a couple of yards. 2nd and 8 as Barwald gets 2 on that carry. 2nd and 8 for Kasson-Mantorville, a man in motion from left to right, and he gets the pitch. He's around the right side to the 40, 35, 30, and he's off to the races down the right sideline on the far side of the field. He's going to score from the 47. I'm looking for flags and don't see any. It's going to be a 47-yard run. That was Gavin Giesler on the end around. He came in motion and took it the distance from 47 yards to give Kasson-Mantorville the early 6-0 lead. Extra point, Aiden Smith. Make that Alex Donovan on to attempt the extra point for the Komets. And the snap is good. The hold is solid, and the kick goes through and makes it 7-0 on the Man Between the Lakes scoreboard. 7-0 Komets over the Tigers, and Man Between the Lakes at 119 South Broadway, downtown Albert Lea, has great quality clothing and tons of accessories for any man in your life, even if that man is you. You can buy discount certificates to Man Between the Lakes on our Power Shopper at kqprfm.com, and like them on Facebook as well. So with 9:51 left in the first quarter, it's 7-0 here. In the first half is brought to you by the Guaranteed Rate. They are Tammy and Rhonda at Guaranteed Rate in Albert Lea. For the best residential mortgage rates and service, call 507-320-2229 or stop in at 134 South Newton Avenue in Albert Lea. Online, people.rate.com, and you can like them on Facebook as well. So the touchdown run by their receiver on the as he went in motion and got the pitch, 47-yard run. And his name is Gavin Giesler, and they are off to a big start here for the Komets as they're ready to kick off. 7-0 lead, and there's the boot. It goes to about the 15, and now trying the left side is McMillan, but he gets to maybe the 23. We'll see where they spot it. About an 8-yard return. And 1st and 10 Tigers. Homecoming Friday night under the lights here. They're going to mark it at the 25, so about a 10-yard return for McMillan. A generous spot, I thought, but we'll take it. 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the 25, trailing 7-0, and two receivers to the right, one on the left side, and double set backfield. There's a pitch that's affected by the defense hitting Yankee, and the ball was loose and rolling down around the 10, and it's recovered, looks like, by Albert Lea. As alertly, Kirsch was able to jump on that one. It's going to be a Yankee fumble. He had no time at all to throw that one, but recovered by his teammate Kirsch, but they lose about 10 yards, so it's going to be 2nd and 20 from their own 10, needing to get, actually more than that, 25, because they got to get to the 35. Yankee barking out the signals. He hands it to the tailback, Kirsch, and he's going not too far. Crosses the 10, not quite to the 11. So we have, call it, maybe a gain of 1 for Bryce. It's going to bring up 3rd and long. 3rd and 24 from the 11. Not a lot of play calls for that situation. You just have to try and get some room out there, maybe get a break here or there, and somebody busts free. They're going to bring Moeller out to the right, receiver to the left as well. Two in the backfield with Yankee. He rolls to his right and throws across the middle, actually all the way over to the numbers on the far side, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it over there to the receiver, so it's going to bring up 4th and long as Yankee starts out 0 for 2 passing-wise. And Albert Lea unable to muster a first down here on their first 2 series. Going to punt it back to the Komets from deep, standing in his end zone, Alex Palmer. He gets the snap and boots it. And it's in the air, bouncing at the 35 up to the 40. And it's going to roll dead about the 41 and be touched there by the Tigers. As Jansen touches it down there at the 41 of Albert Lee. And that's where Kasson-Mantorville will start, 1st and 10, leading 7-0 here, early going. 8:08 left in the first. They ran 2 plays. Last time they had it, Brock Barwald with a 2-yard gain up the middle, and then Gavin Giesler 47 yards around the end for the score. 1st and 10 from the 41. As they get up under center, they have a receiver off to the left and a stacked backfield, and they run that fake, the pitch there, hand it to the first guy through, and he's met right at the 40, 41-yard line for no gain. I think that was Barwold. So we'll give him 2 carries and 2 yards so far on the evening. 2nd down and 10 from the 40. Oh, they did give him a yard. 2 carries, 3 yards for Barwald. As he is right behind his quarterback, who takes the snap from up under center. And they have another man in motion, this time from right to left. And he is going to go out for a flare, but he's not going to go there. He's going downfield to the 30, and the pass is caught and brought ahead to maybe about the 20-yard line there. That was caught by Easton Cease. Cease from the first down now inside right about the 20-yard line. So Donovan completes that pass, his first attempt for a 21-yard gain. That's a flare out to the right, and a nice hit by Jansen, who pats the receiver and helps him up. Gavin Giesler. It was a screen pass out to the right, and Jansen timed it perfectly and knocked it away. So incomplete from Donovan to Giesler. Brings up 2nd down and 10 from the 20 of the Tigers. Here come the Komets up to the line. They got a receiver wide right. It's Aiden Smith. And wide left is Easton Cease, and the single set backfield. Again, a man in motion, but they're going to hand it to the first man through, and he's still stumbling down inside the 5, down to about the 4 or 3-yard line. We'll see where they put it down. Well, that'll be a first down inside the 5 to about the 4. 16-yard carry for Barwald as he lines up 3 yards behind his quarterback. Just a little closer than most fullbacks, and seems like very close, but it works for them, so whatever they want. There's a receiver to the right, and they're going to hand it to Barwald. He goes straight up the middle, and it looks like he is in for the score from 4 yards out. 4 carries, 23 yards, and a touchdown for Brock. And 6:18 to play in the first quarter. And they'll try the extra point. As they set it up, the snap and the hold are fine. The kick is up and right through the uprights for a 14-0 lead on the Man Between the Lakes scoreboard. It's brought to you by Man Between the Lakes at 119 South Broadway, downtown Albert Lea. Great quality clothing, tons of accessories for all guys. Heck, you know, it's not against the law for women to shop there either. You can go in and buy for yourself or for the guy in your life. Buy discount gift certificates to Man Between the Lakes on our Power Shopper at kqprfm.com and like them on Facebook. So the 4-yard run and the extra point puts them up 14-zip. And we have 6:18 to play here in quarter number 1. Albert Lea needs to get the offense going and give their defense a rest. as they were about to receive the kickoff for the third time here in this first quarter. And first half brought to you by the Guaranteed Rate. They're proud to bring you Tiger football, and Tammy and Rhonda at Guaranteed Rate in Albert Lea have the best residential mortgage rates and service. Call them at 507-320-2229 and let them prove it, or stop in at 134 South Newton Avenue in Albert Lea. And online, you can find them at people.rate.com, and also like them on Facebook. Kickoff goes to about the 13, picked up there by McMillan, and he's going to cut it over to the left and get plowed under at the 25. So about a 12-yard return for Nate. Or for Derek. I must have known a Nate McMillan somewhere in my life, because I want to call Derek Nate all the time. It's going to be 1st and 10, Albert Lea at their own 25. Pretty much have started in that general area all 3 times here, but first 2 drives unsuccessful, and they have to get a first down here and start matriculating that ball down the field as Yankee brings him up in the I backfield. 2 receivers to the right, nobody out on the left. That one is a pass to the right, but it's knocked up in the air. Now apparently a live ball. No whistle was sounded. Komets pick it up and take it down close to the goal line. Wow. All right. That's going to be called a fumble, or maybe a backwards pass. And it was just laying on the ground until one of the Kasson-Mantorville folks picked it up and rumbled down to the goal line with it. Not scoring, but very close. And Paul Dunn is arguing that call, as maybe it was incomplete. But it's going to be Comet ball on the goal line after the turnover. 2 turnovers now on Albert Lea. No penalties in the game yet. But this is going to give Kasson-Mantorville a huge advantage, taking over at the goal line. I mean, they got it right up against that goal line stripe. Donovan brings him up with Barwald behind him. And it's going to be Donovan this time, keeping around the left side. Matt Donovan carries it in, his first carry of the day for a yard and a touchdown. And that brings the score to 20-0. 5:56 to go here. Just 22 seconds from their last touchdown. As Matt Donovan on a quarterback keeper scores his first of the game. Extra point's good, and it's check the man between the lace scoreboard. It is 21-0. Kasson-Mantorville. Brought to you by Man Between the Lakes at 119 South Broadway, right downtown in Albert Lea. You can check them out. They have some fall clothing that I think you're going to like, guys. And like jeans and nice dress shirts and things like that. Very breathable, stretchable stuff. Not going to be constricting at all for you at 119 South Broadway. Plus the accessories. I mean, you got to see the shot glasses. That's just a great idea right there. They got a lot of local artists have their wares there. Look, those shot glasses and some of the signs they have, and some T-shirts with funny sayings on them, too. Check them out, Man Between the Lakes, and get those discount certificates on the Power Shopper at KQPRFM.com, and like them on Facebook. Audio and video online at Facebook.com/Power96MN, and then our YouTube channel, YouTube.com. You can search for Albert Lea Football and find it. Please subscribe to our channel. The more we can get of those, we can get our own URL on that. Albert Lea getting the ball back again. This will be their 4th time in the first quarter. Still yet to get a first down out of this deal, but it's going to be McMillan again from the 12. He tries to surf through a couple of people at the 20, but he's tackled down just over the 20, 21-yard line. See where they put it down. Same vicinity again. Well, Kasson-Mantorville ranked 8th in the state in 4A. They actually were up to 3rd until they lost last week. But still didn't knock them out of the top 10. As Yankee brings up the Tigers for another try at it here. They do put down about the 23. 1st and 10. Receivers right and left. I backfield behind Yankee, who's up under center. He fakes a handoff. He's rolling right, and again, under duress, he gets knocked down. He's been hit almost every time he goes back to pass, and that one's incomplete. I have him unofficially at 0 for 3. He's going to be credited with 2 fumbles. One, the Tigers recovered. The other was that last play where the Komets got at the goal line. But not his fault at all. He's just has no time to do anything back there. And these guys are in on him. Again in the I-back. No, it's going to be split backfield. And Yankee in the gun, just a few yards behind the line. See if he can get a little more breathing room. And he does. He set up a screen to Jansen. It's going to get up to maybe the 25, so a couple of yards gained. The right idea. Couple of yards there, gets it to 3rd and 8 from their own 25. Beautiful night for football. A little crisp, just how you like it. Somewhere in the 50s, I would imagine. No clouds in the sky. The sun has disappeared already as we're under the Friday night lights. 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Yankee goes back to pass, and again he's hassled back there by some defenders and has to throw it before he's ready. And he was aiming over there for Max Edwin on the right side, but it falls incomplete, and it's going to be 4th and long again. 55 degrees. That's what we've got right now here in Albert Lea at the Gus. 21 zip. And Kasson-Mantorville about to get the ball back. They have a couple of guys deep at about the 50. As young Alex Palmer goes back to punt again. He gets the snap. Nice one. And he lifts one. It's going to be right around midfield. Fair catch called for and made at the 50 by the Komets' Aiden Smith. And they will start at midfield on their next drive with their 3-touchdown lead. So far, Yankee has 1 for 5 for 2 yards. Jansen with a carry for -1. Kirsch with a carry for 1. Each of them has a catch for 2 yards as well. Haven't been able to get it to the wideouts, Albert Lea. Here comes the Komets. And they have their quarterback Donovan right up under center. Receiver each right and left. He's going to drop back. Throws it long, and it's down too far. Drops at the 10. It's about 3 yards ahead of his intended receiver. 2nd and 10. He was open. I mean, he was past the defense by about a yard, but the pass was just a little too long. It looked like it was Kasson-Mantorville. Tomey. Is that Jim Tomey's boy? It's 2nd and 10 from midfield. Out wide left. Easton Seuss. He's got a receiver to the wide right, too, far side of the field. Can't get a number on that, but there's a flag thrown, and we're going to have a little procedure call against the Komets. First penalty of the ball game goes against Kasson-Mantorville. It's a 5-yarder. Illegal procedure. 4:38 to go, first quarter. Moving back 5 to their own 45. It's the first time they've started in their own territory or been in their own territory on offense. The game's a lot easier if you play it on the opposing side of the field all day long. That's why they have the 21-0 lead. Well, their last drive started at the inch line. Here's a run up the middle, and he gets past the original line of scrimmage, does Barwald, and he's going to stumble up to the 45 of Albert Lea for a 10-yard pickup. They get 11 because they put it down at the 44. He's up to 34 yards on 5 carries. Is Barwald. Still not a first down, though. 3rd and 4. They need to get to the 40 of Albert Lea for that first down. Something tells me they're going to go for it, and they got 2 downs to get there. But officially 3rd and 5 for Kasson-Mantorville. 1 receiver wide left. Everything else is bunched up to the line of scrimmage with a single setback. A man is in motion But he's going to throw again downfield on the right side, and again too far. Intended receiver Gavin Giesler guarded there by McMillan, and was a little too far for him. So that's going to bring up 4th and 5 from the Albert Lee 44. And they will punt it away. Surprised me. I thought they'd go for it. High-powered offense. Albert Lee unable to get a first down yet, so I thought they'd go for it, but going to punt it away. Man deep for Albert Lee at about the 11. 3:38 left here in the first quarter. 21-0. That's over his head. No, he's almost dropped it, but he does get it, and then just gets the kick away, and they're going to call a penalty on the play. I thought all bets were off once he gets out of the punter's pocket. He was chasing that ball around, and they did hit him as he kicked it. But they're going to call Albert Lee for roughing the kicker. And that's going to give the Komets a first down. As they, I don't know, but I'm not the ref, so whatever. They're going to put it down at the 39 of Albert Lee. First and 10, Kasson-Mantorville, and timeout, Albert Lee. Going to talk things over. And we take a break here on the Man Between the Lakes scoreboard. It's 21-0, Kasson-Mantorville, with 3:29 to play here in the first half, or first quarter. Get downtown Albert Lee at 119 South Broadway and check out Man Between the Lakes for all kinds of manly man stuff and other things, too. We'll be back with more on Power 96 Sports.
The doors are open at your local Austin and Albert Lee Pizza Ranches. John, Trish, and the gang are excited to serve you. Now you can enjoy all the things your Austin and Albert Lee Pizza Ranches have been famous for. Dine in, relax, and enjoy the buffet. Hot pizza, chicken, fresh salad, desserts, and now hot wings are available. The car cruises are back again. Albert Lee hosts on Wednesdays and Austin hosts on Thursdays. Of course, social distancing and measures are in place for your safety and theirs. The Pizza Ranches in Austin and Albert Lee now open to serve you.
How do you want your life to sound? Like this? Or like this? Life is better with a boat. Find the perfect boat to get you away from the noise. Because really, life is better with a boat. Find your perfect Crestliner boat with Mercury Motor at Mapleton Marine, also at mapletonmarine.com or on Highway 22 in Mapleton. Life is better with a boat.
And a pitch to the right side for Kasson-Mantorville to Noah Swartz. Actually going left on the pitch. Gets down to the 38-yard line, only about a gain of a yard there for Swartz. His first touch of the ball is a 1-yard gain. He's a wide receiver, so only a little end-around pitch. Brings up 2nd and 9 from the Albert Lee 39 for the Komets. Donovan up under center. Hands it to the first man through Barwald, and he slips. No, it's not Barwald. That is Emmett Rickey with the carry. His first tote of the day, a sophomore. But he fell and is short of the first down. He's got to get it inside the 30, and he marks it down at the 33. Five-yard pickup, I'd say. 3rd down. And 4 for Kasson-Mantorville here as they mark out the signals. Again, just a one receiver. He's out to the left. It's going to be a fake handoff, and up the left side goes quarterback Donovan. And he will have a first down as he gets inside the 25 to about the 24. His second run of the day. He had a 1-yard touchdown run. And now 7 more on the quarterback keeper around the left side. 1st and 10 from the Albert Lee 24. Already up 3 touchdowns. And coming down to a minute 56 now left and counting in the first quarter. As the snap, Donovan back to pass. He's got a man open to his right, but he's looking deeper, and he's going all the way down, way short of his intended receiver, who was running inside the 5. That one bounced closer to the 10 and incomplete. Donovan 1 of 3 for 21 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 at the 24. Clock continues. No, it stops with the incompletion at 1:44. Receiver on each side now. Up under center is Donovan. Barwald behind him. 2 tight end positions. A pitch goes to one of those guys who went in motion from left to right. He's close to a first down, to about the 15. Going to mark it about the 16 or 17. We'll put it down at the 17. That'll bring up 3rd down for Kasson-Mantorville. I'll give him about 7 yards on that one. That was Giesler on the end around again. 7 more. He had a 47-yard run for their first touchdown. But here it's 3rd and 3 for the Komets. So they have a receiver out to the left. And the lone back gets it. That's Barwald. No, he's fake. And Donovan gets away from one tackler and gets the corner and achieves the first down and scatters out of bounds at about the 10. First down run of 7 yards for Matt Donovan. And he's got 3 carries for 15 yards. He has misfired on a couple of deep throws. First and goal from the 10 for the Komets. Only the one receiver. He's out wide to the left. And this will be Barwald up the middle, banging his way into the end zone. Boy, that's not even Barwald. That is Anthony Mo Tucker. He is a load. He is a big dude. That's the senior, Anthony Mo Tucker. Pounds it in. He goes in from 10 yards out. To up the score to 27-0. Still 42 seconds left in the first quarter. And they set up for the extra point. It is up, and it is good. 28-0 on the Man Between the Lakes scoreboard. Brought to you by Man Between the Lakes at 119 South Broadway, downtown Albert Lea. Great quality clothing and tons of accessories for any man in your life. So get on down there. Ladies, go shop for your guy there. Shop for yourself there, too. Why not? There's plenty of stuff you'd like as well, but it's kind of geared toward the guys at Man Between the Lakes, downtown Albert Lea. So, Anthony Mo Tucker makes it a 28-0 score with 42 seconds left here in the first quarter as he runs it in from 10 yards out. Extra point is good. And Albert Lea trying to get on track here. I got to thank all these folks for making it possible for us to be here. Bayview Freeborn Funeral Home, halftime and final stats. They're on Highway 13, Albert Lea. Call 373-4330 or online, BayviewFuneral.com. Albert Lea Chiropractic, Acupuncture, and Massage at 1340 West Main in Albert Lea. Call 377-3780 or online, AlbertLeaChiropractic.com. Kick is on the ground at the 20, bouncing and finally picked up there at about the 15 by McMillan as he tries to go to his right, but just a few yards there, as they'll set up shop right there. Guaranteed rate residential mortgage at 134 South Newton Avenue in Albert Lea. Call 320-2229. Online, people.rate.com. Edward Jones Financial Advisor, Angie Eggum at 127 South Broadway in Albert Lea. Call 507-373-2000. Online, edwardjones.com/Angie Eggum. And you can like her on Facebook. Farmers Mutual Insurance on Highway 13 Manchester. Call 507-826-3425 or online, manchestermutual.com, and like them on Facebook. Urban and Gerberts is the sponsor of the Player of the Game. $20 gift card to an Albert Lea player after each game. There's a throw that's picked off at the 30. as the receiver stumbled a little bit. And now the flag gets thrown as the defender takes the ball and gets run out of bounds. We'll have to straighten out the infraction here, but a pickoff. It will be Komets ball deep in Alberta territory again. 132 Bridge Avenue for Urban and Gerberts. Call 507-473-2033. Online at urbanandgerberts.com, and you can like them on Facebook. We have a personal foul on the Komets. So they have the ball, but they're going to move them back after that 15-yard penalty on a personal foul. Their second penalty of the game for a total of 20 yards. Alberta yet to be flagged. And the ref says, let's bring it out here to the 30. Everybody else standing down around the 15. Well, they need a ball. That helps. But it'll be Kasson-Mantorville ball here with 27 seconds left in the first quarter. The Guaranteed Rate first half of Tiger Football brought to you by Tammy and Rhonda at Guaranteed Rate in Alberta. For the best residential mortgage rates and service, call 507-320-2229. Stop in at 134 South Newton in Alberta. Online, people.rate.com. And like them on Facebook. Here's the first play from scrimmage on this drive, and it's up the middle. Going to mark them down inside the 25. So about a 5-yard gain there for Kasson-Mantorville. As they set up again quickly, and that's the end of the first quarter before they get the snap off. And the last carry was Emmett Rickey. His second carry, he's got a 5-yard average, 2 carries, 10 yards. First quarter is in the books here for homecoming in Albert Lea, and it's a 28-0 Kasson-Mantorville lead as they scored from 47 yards on a run by Gavin Giesler, a 4-yard run by Brock Barwald, a Matt Donovan 1-yard dive, his quarterback sneak around the left side, and then Anthony Mo Tucker on a 10-yard run with turnovers going their way as well. We did have the one penalty on Albert Lea on the punt, right? Yeah, I was not going to count that one because I didn't agree with it, but we'll have to put it down there. But a big hole to dig out of, but number 8 ranked team in 4A will do that to you. As we thank Alpha Orthodontics. They will be sponsoring the second half today. Skyline Plaza, Albert Lea for Alpha Orthodontics. Call 507-377-0222. Online at alphaorthodontics.com. And like them on Facebook. Also, Hodgman Drainage, Highway 34, Dodge Center. Call 507-528-2225. Online, hodgmandrainage.com. And like them on Facebook. Thompson Electric at 310 South 2nd Avenue West in Albert Lea. Call 507-373-4279. Online, thompsonelectricofalbertlea.com. Farmers Insurance Agent Joey Talamontes, 710 East Main Street, Suite 100 in Albert Lea. Call Joey at 507-373-3245. Online, agents.farmers.com. And Albert Lea Taxi at 1325 Southeast Broadway as the carry is up the middle again. And first down yardage, but to about the 15. So a 9-yard gain there for Rickey. And a 1st and 10 for them. Albert Lea Taxi, 383-3341. And like them on Facebook. And Trading Post off Highway 65, Gordonsville. Call 507-448-3302. And like them on Facebook. Here's the next play. It's a carry to the right, snuffed out by the Albert Lea D for no gain. It was run by Michael Hoff. As they are substituting very regularly here for Kasson-Mantorville. One run for none for Hoff as he stays in. Actually in the backfield now is Emmett Rickey still for the Komets. They have a new quarterback, Kyle Nelson, under center. as he hands off to the first man through, and that is Ricky, who gets close to the 10. Underway in the second quarter here, 10:43 and counting, 28-0 in favor of Kasson-Mantorville. I'm going to put it down about the 11. So another 7 for Ricky. It's 3rd and 4 at the 11. As Nelson calls out the signals, he's going to keep it and get pounded down close to a first down. Needed to get to about the 8, just inside the 8, and he does. As they move the sticks ahead, and they put the ball down at about the 7. So Nelson, the backup quarterback in. Kyle is a sophomore. He's got a carry for 3 yards. And he sets up again. Now 1st and goal at the 8 for Kasson-Mantorville. Man in motion, doesn't matter. They're going to hand it off up the middle to Ricky. As he gets down inside the 5 to about the 2.5, 3 yard line. And quickly up to the line of scrimmage come the Komets again. They don't waste any time in the huddle. They must have short play calls because they quickly get up to the line. And it's going to be Ricky into the end zone. He just falls forward and gets in for the score. And another Kasson-Mantorville touchdown. This one from 3 yards out for Emmett Ricky. His 5 carries for 29 yards. And his touchdown there comes with 9:25 to play in the first half. First score of the second quarter. And Emmett Ricky, I believe is how you say it, R-I-E-C-K-E. 3-yard run. Extra point's good. And that on the Man Between the Lakes scoreboard makes it a 35-0 Komets lead over the Albertley Tigers here during homecoming. Not a real happy homecoming so far for the Tigers. Extra point is good. So we have 35-0. And Man Between the Lakes is at 119 South Broadway, downtown Albert Lea. Always a good idea to visit them often because the things do change from time to time. They got some local artists with their wares in there, like the shot glasses that have like a bullet hanging out on the side of it. That's a shot glass, of course. And then there's a golf ball stuck in the side of a shot glass as well. They have bathroom games that you can play while you're on the toity. It is a fun shop, man. You got to get in there and check them out at 119 South Broadway, downtown Albert Lea. Why don't we take a quick break and be back with more of the kickoff here on Power 96 Sports.
Are you paying too much for garbage collection? Call Thompson Sanitation today at 256-4370. You'll learn why to make the switch. Thompson Sanitation is locally owned, keeping your money in our local community. They offer garbage disposal and roll-off service with competitive prices and the best service around, too. And it's so easy to change. Start your service today. No BS with TS. Call 256-4370 to get the best service at the best prices in the area. Thompson Sanitation. Be loyal. Shop local.
Albert Lea going right to left on your dial, and a fumble on the kickoff as Derek McMillan had trouble with that one. He picked it up around the 15 on a bounce and never did really get a good hold of it, and it looks like the Komets have got it. They do, according to their refs, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for Kasson-Mantorville at the 28. McMillan trying to make a play there, and another turnover at the 3rd. For the Tigers, and always deep in their own territory. It's just not in their favor when a team as powerful as the Komets keep setting up with less than 30 yards to go for a touchdown. Hence the 35-0 lead with 9:19 to play here in the half. As they come up to the line, and again, backup quarterback is Nelson. He's up under center, yelling out signals to the players. He's got something wrong. Somebody's not in there that needs to be. Coming onto the field at the last minute, tells Nelson something, and lines up And this is going to be a fake pitch to the man coming in motion. He's going to roll to his right. He's got a receiver. Catches it at the 25, inside the 20 to about the 16. And that's a first down. Out of bounds is Ricky with the grab there. So Nelson 1 for 1 for 12 yards. And Ricky now with his first catch of the evening. Brings up 1st and 10 from their Tiger 16. Nelson up under center. He's going to hand it to the first man through. That's Ricky as he goes over the right side down to the 5. And another first down. If he's truly that far, he had to get to the 6. And they're going to mark him at the 5. So 1st and goal after an 11-yard rumble for Emmett. He's up to 40 yards on 6 carries. Got a touchdown. Also a catch for 12 yards. Brock Barwald, the starting running back's not been seen in quite a while, and he had 34 yards on 5 carries and a touchdown, and he's getting some rest, as is starting quarterback Matt Donovan with the big lead. 1st and goal from the 5. As Nelson brings him up. Ricky in the backfield, single set. Receiver out to the wide to the left, and it's going to be a pitch to the man on the. They like to bring a man in motion and pitch it to him, and that one's in the end zone. Another touchdown for Michael Hoff. His second run of the day, and that's going to be a 3-yard touchdown run. Is it 3 or 5? It's 3. Yeah, because they had a couple of yard carry. So another score for Kasson-Mantorville, and quickly they set up for the extra point. They don't waste any time in anything they do. 8:13 to play here in the second quarter. 41 and now 42 to nothing. As Michael Hoff, don't hassle the Hoff, runs it in for another Komets score on the man between the legs scoreboard. And the extra point is good, makes it 42 to nothing here. And boy, that scoreboard is bright. It lit up the whole press box here. Up there. Certain things up. Man Between the Lakes scoreboard is brought to you by Man Between the Lakes at 119 South Broadway. Buy discount gift certificates to Man Between the Lakes on our Power Shopper at KQPRFM.com. And give them a like on Facebook, too, so that you can keep up to date on everything that they are doing. So another touchdown for the Komets, and showing why they're 8th ranked in the state. Maybe they deserve the 3 ranking that they had before they lost last week. And that might have made them mad. They came in here and have laid it on the Tigers. 8:13 to go in the half. It's 42 to nothing. Already with McMillan and is that Cameron Mudra late, deep there, both at about the 15. Awaiting this kickoff from Brendan Bondus. They got a new kicker and everything in there. They're giving everybody a break. As well they should. The big lead here in the first half. Still 8:13 to go in the second quarter. See if the Tigers can get the offense rolling here. There's a bouncing kick down to about the 11, taken by Mudra, and he's going to move and juke and jive his way up to about the 20. Finally dropped there. 8-yard return. I don't even think is that, might not have been, almost looked like number 40, Christopher Batt. But Albert Lee will start 1st and 10 at their own 20 on the near hash mark. As they have timeout called, an injured player at midfield. I didn't even see that. So with the injury, and it's an Albert Lee player, can't see a number and don't want to speculate, but we'll take a break and be back with more here. 42 to nothing, second quarter score, Power 96 Sports.
I can't believe we have to make this commercial.
It's ridiculous.
You'll think it's ridiculous too. Listen to this.
This commercial is about, well, it's about parents being rude at high school athletic events.
ridiculous, right?
It gets worse. Studies show more than 75% of new high school officials are quitting because of bad adult behavior.
So now there's a shortage of refs here in Minnesota, in almost all sports.
No officials means no more games.
Is that what you want for us?
Come on, parents.
It's time to grow up.
Cheer for your team.
Be proud of your children.
But stop being so ridiculous.
And don't make us run another commercial.
Because we will.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association, reminding you to always practice good sportsmanship.
7-yard pickup on the first play after the injury timeout. And I thought it was Tanner Kahn. Looked like him up the middle. Nice 8-yard pickup to the 28. Injured player was William Toft, and he limped off the field with help from a couple of trainers there. Here's another carry. Breaking off to the left side. Maybe both carries were probably McMillan. Looks like McMillan on that last one, too. So a couple of quick runs. And Albert Lee has a first down up to the 38-yard line as they pick up 17 yards on 2 plays. 1st and 10. The rare first down for the Tigers. Maybe they can get things rolling here and make it respectable here as they keep feeding McMillan up the middle again. He goes to the 43. It's going to be about a 5-yard pickup for Derek. He's got speed and looks like he's got some power, too. He gets right up the middle and fights off tacklers. And he's got a good average, 3 carries, 22 yards. In the eye with Jansen right in front of him. And Yankee fakes it to Derek this time and then over the middle and tries to hit Jansen on over the middle at about the 45 of Kasson-Mantorville, but led him a little too much on that one, incomplete. So it brings up 3rd and 5 from their own 43. As off to the left goes Tanner Kahn, outright wide receiver as well. The I backfield. Jansen with McMillan right behind him. Yankee up under center. And a give is to Jansen, who bursts forward for a first down and across midfield into Komet territory at the 48. It's a 9-yard pickup for Cole. His second carry of the game. Now he's in positive yards with 8 after that 9-yard pickup. First down again for the Tigers. All you can do, keep putting first downs together, move the sticks, and go down the field. Get off this goose egg here. With 6:07 to play in the second quarter. 1st and 10, Tigers in Komet territory for the first time. And here's a fake handoff, actually a broken play. There was nobody to fake it to as the backfield had different ideas about what that play was. And he's sacked all the way back at the 45 of Albert Lee. And that's going to be a 7-yard loss. And that puts the entire passing game in negative yardage. They only had 2 yards passing before that. 1 completion on the day. 1 out of 7. It's been a tough one. Yankee's been running for his life all night long. They are in on him right away. Each and every play, it seems like. Down to 5:20 to go. Here's a pitch. And McMillan gets dropped for a loss. As that one just had nowhere to go. There was too many bodies in front of him. He couldn't even make the corner. And they're going to mark him way back to the 42. Another 7-yard loss. 3rd and 17 at the 45. 4th carry for McMillan. Derek taking over as the tailback here on this drive. Started out like a house on fire. Had about 22 yards on the first 3 carries, but lost about 7 there. It's 3rd and 24 at the 38. Yankees back to pass. He's got time this time, and now he's got in trouble, and he's going to get sacked at the 31. Unable to find anybody open. And actually, the way he's been harassed, I don't know if he was looking downfield or looking at the oncoming rushers, because they have been all over him all night long. Back to the 32-yard line on that sack. And they'll have to kick it away. Boy, they moved it into Komet territory and looked like they had things going, but defense definitely stiffened there and started moving Albert Lea backwards. And the punt from the 20 gives it a kick, and it's going to bounce at the 43 and take a big Albert Lea roll inside the 30 to about the 27-yard line. That's where Kasson-Mantorville will start. Nice break there on the roll. The guaranteed rate first half, 3:47 to go. It's 42-0 in Tiger football. Brought to you by Tammy and Rhonda at Guaranteed Rate in Albert Lea. For the best residential mortgage rates and service, call 507-320-2229. You can see him at 134 South Newton Avenue in Albert Lea. Online, people.rate.com, and like him on Facebook. Well, here come the Komets again, 1st and 10 from their own 27. 3:47 to go in the half. People not getting lined up right for the Komets as they have a lot of second stringers in. They have the backup quarterback and running back and receivers, and this is going to be a carry around the left side up to the 40. First down yardage. Didn't get a number of that train there. Was that? See who the running back is. 34 looks like is in there. Bennett Brown. Their next guy up. We're running out of room here for all the players they're using. Bennett Brown is a sophomore. And it looks like whoever they run out there is they're a pretty deep team. As they give it to Brown again, he's going to chug down about 5-6 yards close to midfield as he crosses the 45. They'll give him 6 up to the 47. So Brown with a couple of carries and 18 yards to his credit. That's Nelson. Takes the snap. He's up under center and takes the snap. Gives it again to Brown. Remember Boom Boom Bill Brown. This is Boom Boom Bennett Brown of the Kasson-Mantorville Komets. As he gets ahead of steam going. And he's tough to bring down. He's up to midfield now. So it'll bring up a 3rd and 1 at the midfield stripe. As they huddle up, the Komets come up to the line of scrimmage with Nelson up under center. He gets lost in that sea of trees. He calls the front offensive line in front of him. He's going to pitch it to the man in motion from right to left, and it goes out of bounds past midfield and has what looks to be close to first down yardage. Kind of right on there. Depends on where they spot it, but yep, the referee says that's good enough. At the Albert Lea 49 on a 2-yard pickup from Michael Hoff on the end around. His 3rd carry, he's got 5 yards. Here's another pitch. Oh, this one's going to be dropped for a loss. Nice defensive play there for Albert Lea. As jumping in there and making the tackle is Logan Strom. And a big loss all the way back to the Komets' 43-yard line. It's an 8-yard loss. Second and 18. As the call comes in from the sideline for Kasson-Mantorville via the receiver, James Gaw. It's actually the running back. Gaw will be behind Nelson. James Gaw, junior running back. And he gets the carry, and he's got two hands wrapped around it, and he's going to move forward to about the 48 and pick up 5 yards. Down to 49 seconds to play here in the half. 42-0, Kasson-Mantorville over Albert Lea. And they have the ball 3rd and 13 at their own 48. Could be the last play of the half. Unless Albert Lea stops the clock for some reason. Both teams have 3 timeouts left. Up under center is Nelson. He gives the ball to the running back Gaw, and he gets tackled. Actually, that was Dominic Mann as they're switching players left and right. He gets not even to midfield 49, so just a yard gain on that one for Dominic Mann. And that'll be it for the first half. The guaranteed rate first half of Tiger football brought to you by Tammy and Rhonda at Guaranteed Rate in Albert Lea. For the best residential mortgage rates and service, call 507-320-2229 or stop in at 134 South Newton in Albert Lea. Online, people.rate.com, and like them on Facebook. The Man Between the Lakes scoreboard shows a 42-0 score in favor of Kasson-Mantorville here at halftime. Brought to you by Man Between the Lakes at 119 South Broadway in Albert Lea. Great clothes for men of all kinds and tons of accessories for any man in your life as well. So stop on in, even if that man is you. Right there in downtown Albert Lea. Thanks again to our sports boosters, Mapleton Marine, Pizza Ranch, Thompson Sanitation, as well as Northbridge Mall, T&W Towing, Derek's Preferred Auto, Freeborn County Solid Waste, Becker Auto and RV in Hayward. And we have Urban and Gerbert's bringing you the player of the game after the ball game, $20 gift card to that Tiger player each week. And Urban and Gerbert's, of course, at 132 Bridge Avenue in Albert Lea with a convenient drive-through. You can download the free app, too, and order online at urbanandgerberts.com. Plus, they deliver. The Bayview Freeborn Funeral Home halftime stats coming up. And thanks also to Albert Lea Chiropractic, Acupuncture, and Massage at 1340 West Main in Albert Lea. Call 377-3780 or online, albertleachiropractic.com, and like them on Facebook. Edward Jones Financial Advisor Angie Eggum at 127 South Broadway in Albert Lea. Call 507-373-2000. Online, edwardjones.com/Angie Eggum, and like her on Facebook. Farmers Mutual Insurance on Highway 13 in Manchester. Call 507-826-3425. Online, manchestermutual.com, and like them on Facebook. And we'll be back with halftime stats and more coming up here on Power 96, 96.1 KQPR FM, Albert Lea, Minnesota.
Runners to your mark. Set.
Some may see a sprinter. At the NFHS, we see a future leader already off to the races. Some may see a volleyball player.
Good hit! Way to go, girls! Woo!
At the NFHS, we see a spike in confidence that will help her achieve her potential. What else do we see? Musicians learning to march to their own beat. We're the NFHS, the national leader and advocate for high school athletics and activities in America, helping today's teenagers develop the skills they need to become tomorrow's leaders. And we see it happening in communities across Minnesota every single day. Learn more about the NFHS commitment to youth at nfhs.org. This message presented by the NFHS, the National Federation of State High School Associations.
Being a teenager is tough.
There's the constant pressure to be liked.
Endless worrying about college.
Cyberbullying, high expectations, all the negativity.
There's no question. Being a teenager is tough. And what do Minnesota's teens do when they want to block out the noise and clear their heads?
We play!
Research shows that teenagers who participate in high school sports have lower stress levels, more confidence, and greater self-esteem. And then there's the biggest benefit of all.
High school sports are fun.
Not just fun.
They're a lot of fun.
Encourage your teenagers to participate in a sport or activity when they go to high school. They'll stress less and smile more. And they'll be laying the foundation for a happier, healthier future.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
Halftime, 42-0, Kasson-Mantorville here in Albert Lee's homecoming from the Gus in Albert Lee on a beautiful night for football. The Bayview Freeborn Funeral Home halftime stats brought to you by Bayview Freeborn Funeral Home, Albert Lee's only 100% locally owned full-service funeral home. There when you need them at 1415 Highway 13, Albert Lee. Call 373-4330 or online, bayviewfuneral.com, and give them a like on Facebook as well. Not too gaudy of numbers here today, as they've had trouble with the passing game just because Kasson-Mantorville's rush is so fierce that Yonke has hardly had time to do anything. He's 2 of 9 by my count for -5 yards, and that's because of a couple of sacks that affected those numbers. He's got a 1 interception on the day, which also wasn't his fault, but these 2 completions were to the running backs. They haven't completed a pass to a wide receiver just yet, but Cole Jansen and Bryson Kirsch each have a reception for 2 yards each. Leading ball carrier is Derek McMillan with 4 carries, 15 yards. He was up to 22, and then he lost 7 on his last carry. Bryson Kirsch has a yard on a 1 carry, and then Jansen with 2 carries for 8 yards, and that is it. They've had 3 turnovers and 1 penalty, and that was on that punt that Kasson-Mantorville almost dropped. The punter almost dropped the ball, and he was running out to his left. And I was under the impression if you are running with the ball, you're fair game, but they ran into him after he kicked it. I mean, it was simultaneous and got flagged for that one. So 2 penalties for Kasson-Mantorville for 20 yards. They scored first, 9:51 left in the first, a 47-yard run by Gavin Giesler. Extra point good, 7-zip. The next touchdown came at 6:18 left in the first quarter when Brock Barwald, the starting running back, scored from 4 yards out. Extra point was good, as 14-zip. Matt Donovan, the starting quarterback for Kasson-Mantorville, scored with 5:56 to play in the first. And he was 1 yard out, and the extra point was good, and it's 21-0. And then, with 42 seconds left in the first, Anthony Mo Tucker ran it in from 10 yards out with the extra point good, and that made it 28-0 Kasson-Mantorville. Emmett Rickey, the 3-yard run at 9:25 left in the second, made it 35-0 after that extra point was good. And Michael Hoff, the final touchdown of the first half, 3 yards out. The extra point good made it 42-0 with 8:13 to play in the first half. And then that was it for scoring. There's your stats, brought to you by Bayview Freeborn Funeral Home. They'll have the final stats as well, as they should, as Albert Lee's only 100% locally owned full-service funeral home. There when you need them on Highway 13 in Albert Lee. Call 373-4330 or online, bayviewfuneral.com, and like them on Facebook. Also, thanks to Alpha Orthodontics. They're going to be sponsoring the second half coming up here. They're in the Skyline Plaza, Albert Lee. Call 507-377-0222 and online at alphaorthodontics.com, and like them on Facebook. It seems like an inordinate amount of these businesses have many 2s in their phone number. I seem to be saying 2 all the time. Hodgman Drainage is another one of those. They have 3 2s in their last 4 digits as well. They're on Highway 34 in Dodge Center. Call 507-528-2225 and online, hodgmandrainage.com, and like them on Facebook. Thompson Electric at 310 South 2nd Avenue West in Albert Lee. Call 507-373-4279. Online, thompsonelectricofalbertlee.com, and like them on Facebook as well. Farmers Insurance Agent Joey Talamontes at 710 East Main Street, Suite 100 in Albert Lee. He brings you the pregame show every week. And you can call him at 507-373-3245. Online, agents.farmers.com. Click on Minnesota. Click on Albert Lee. And also like him on Facebook. Albert Lee Taxi at 1325 Southeast Broadway in Albert Lee. Call 507-383-3341. And give them a like on Facebook as well. And Trading Post, Highway 65 Gordonsville. Call 507-448-3302. And a like on Facebook would be appreciated there as well. So the man between the legs scoreboard shows 42-0 at halftime. We've got some dance team going here. The band was out there playing as well on the field, as you can imagine, for homecoming. And And we'll be back with the second half coming up here on Power 96 Sports.
I can't believe we have to make this commercial.
It's ridiculous.
You'll think it's ridiculous too. Listen to this.
This commercial is about, well, it's about parents being rude at high school athletic events.
Ridiculous, right?
It gets worse. Studies show more than 75% of new high school officials are quitting because of bad adult behavior.
So now there's a shortage of refs here in Minnesota. In almost all sports.
No officials means no more games.
Is that what you want for us?
Come on, parents.
It's time to grow up.
Cheer for your team.
Be proud of your children.
But stop being so ridiculous.
And don't make us run another commercial.
Because we will.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association, reminding you to always practice good sportsmanship.
Power 96 is looking for camera operators to assist with our live streaming of high school sports. Pay will be on a per-game basis. If you're interested, either call us at 507-373-9600 during regular business hours or email power96@kqprfm.com.
More and more these days, it feels like sports are losing out to hype. Who dissed who? Who signed the fattest contract? Who got busted for cheating? Lost 2 is the unique capacity sports have to inspire us, to unite us. Well, great news, sports fans. Sports are still being played for the right reasons. They're still as entertaining as they are character building. You just have to know where to find it. And you only have to look as far as your local Minnesota high school. You know, the place where the games are exciting, concessions are affordable, and the parking is free. Where the emphasis is on hustle and heart instead of hype. If you prefer real, honest-to-goodness sport played for all the right reasons, you'll find it at your hometown high school. High school sports. Games are being played this weekend at a Minnesota high school near you. Okay, everybody, who's in?
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association. High school sports are as American as apple pie. And going to a game or meet is a chance to see the stars of tomorrow shine today. But as anybody who's ever attended a high school sporting event in Minnesota knows, you can't have the stars without the stripes. High schools are currently looking for new officials in almost every sport. Who looks good in stripes? Anybody looking for a way to stay connected to a sport they love. If you like the idea of giving back to your community while earning a few extra bucks, chances are you'd look good in stripes too. We want to hear from you. We need to hear from you. No officials means no games. No stripes means no stars. And what kind of America would that be? Minnesota needs more high school officials. Go to highschoolofficials.com to sign up or learn more. That's highschoolofficials.com.
Back here at the Gus in Albert Lee, halftime, 42-0. Kasson-Mantorville up on the Tigers as the halftime festivities continue. And again, congratulations to the King and Queen, the homecoming royalty are Leon Kong and Lucy Stay. Congratulations to them. And we are about to get going here on the Alpha Orthodontics second half of Tiger football. Brought to you by Alpha Orthodontics, proud supporter of Tiger sports, including football, of course. And they've got offices in Albert Lee, Mason City, and Blue Earth, and proudly serve southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. Their dental monitoring app checks your smile more often with less of the hassle, even from the comfort of your own home. So check them out for their app. And a lopsided first half. The royalty, the court, the homecoming court is out at midfield or so, getting their pictures taken. And a random Kasson-Mantorville player getting his picture taken, kicking extra points from the 12-yard line. I wondered, maybe it's his senior photos. How sweet. I don't know. I have no idea. It's Brendan Bondas. He's the kicker for the Komets. Now he's moving out to the 25 with his photographer. It's a senior moment, is what it is. So, yeah, Alberley needs to get their passing game going. It'd be interesting to see if they stay with their starters or give them a little bit of a rest as a lot of their players play both ways. They're going to try and alleviate some of that tonight with some other guys getting in and giving it a rest. Oh, that'd be a great senior photo there as he slipped and fell as he kicked it. But I'm not laughing at him. Yeah, I am. Anyway, it'll be interesting to see if they give their players a rest. They got another game next week in Winona, and they are 9th ranked. The Komets are 8th ranked in 4A. They just played Stewartville and Faribault, who are also in the top 10 in 4A. 4 of their first 5 games against top 10 teams in the class. Hardly seems fair, but then they had Red Wing, who was not ranked and was winless when they played them, and the Wingers handled Albert Lee fairly easily too. It was 36-12 or something like that, or 14, I think they scored on that game. As the Komets come back out on the field for the start of the second half here in just a couple of minutes. And the festivities continue here at halftime. We'll have a Tiger Player of the Game from Urban and Gerberts of Albert Lee. And I don't have a clear-cut favorite yet. Although I will say that Mr. Strom, Logan, has made a couple of nice defensive plays. Hard hits, breaking up a pass, I remember there, and then he stopped a touchdown run around the end, where if he would have got by Strom, it was an easy score for the Komets. So he might be the leading contender. But we'll see what happens and unfolds here in the second half as both teams now back on the field, and we have zeros on the clock and should be ready to get going here at any moment. But, yeah, Urban and Gerberts with a $20 gift card to the player of the game each game for Tiger players. And you can order in person at 132 Bridge Avenue in Albert Lee. They do have the convenient drive-through. And also you could download the free app and order online at urbanandgerberts.com. Plus they deliver. I mean, how much easier can they make it for you? Any which way you want to go, they'll make it convenient for you at Urban and Gerberts in Albert Lee. And we're doing the audio and video of our games here, and hopefully you got the halftime show too. Dance team doing a great performance out there. The band was playing. You could have caught that at facebook.com/power96mn or youtube.com, and then search for Albert Lee Football. We're not doing the stream on our website, kqprfm.com, because that is reserved for Austin Bruins hockey tonight as their season gets underway. What did we say, 56 games, all on Power 96. Unless we're doing a high school game, that would take precedence. And like tonight, where we have this game on our airwaves and our Facebook site and our YouTube channel, and then the stream is devoted to Austin Bruins hockey action. Do we have a score on the Bruins? On the Bruins game? Young Reg, we'll get him to work on that. See if he can pull up a score. Dude can do anything. I have faith in him. So now, still working out here. They put another couple of minutes on the clock. We're at 1:22 now left before they will summon them out for the kickoff here. And it's Albert Lee kicking to Kasson-Mantorville to start the second half. 3 turnovers that all hurt the Tigers because they came deep in their own territory. In fact, the one ended up being at the half-yard line, which allowed the quarterback, Donovan, to run it in on the next play from just a half a yard out. He gets credit for the 1-yard touchdown run. That was their 3rd touchdown. They had 4 in the first quarter and 2 in the second quarter. So slowed down a little bit as they went on. It is 1-0 Austin with 7:22 left in the second period. So the Bruins off to a little lead there early, about midway through that game. But you can catch Bruins hockey all season long on Power 96. And we have, of course, we don't have high school sports going on. They'll be featured on all of our venues. And, yeah, 54, 56 games or whatever it is. Their big schedule. They go 7 months long on their season. We also have Vikings football. That's coming up Sunday at 3:25 kickoff, 2 o'clock pregame. Seattle at the U.S. Bank Stadium there for hopefully a win for the Vikes, their home opener on the season. They're only a fumble and a missed field goal away from being 2-0, so it's not like they got wiped out or outclassed or anything. Right there, they coulda, shoulda, woulda won both those games, but it was not to be. See how they fare against Seattle, a team they have. I don't think Zimmer's ever beaten Seattle as a coach for the Vikings. Usually, though, we play them there, so it is at home. We have that working for us. And that'll be the first home game in front of fans in about a year and a half or so for the Vikings, so should be exciting. As we are just about to get started here, 42-0 halftime score. And very light penalties, 2 for Kasson-Mantorville, 1 for Albert Lee. 3 turnovers by the Tigers, none for the Komets. I'll tell you what, if Albert Lee can muster up a touchdown or two, that would be the leading contender for player of the game. Right now, I've got Strom, a solid defensive choice, because they haven't had much offense to speak of. But I've just noticed and had to call out his name quite a few times on some nice plays. And referee chasing down the football. There's been some people at halftime I noticed slipping quite a bit. That kicker who was getting his senior pictures taken, he slipped once. And then one of the younger kids who helps out with the team slipped at about the 40. So the turf might be a little slick. There was some rain earlier today, but it's supposed to soak in and be all right for all kinds of weather. But we shall see what goes on here as they are out now on the field finally. And Alex Palmer, sophomore, will kick it away for Albert Lee. 2 men deep at about the 10 for Kasson-Mantorville. The referee is telling the Albert Lee players to get even on the 35-yard line. Come on, dude. Put the ball down. It's 42-0. Let's go. He's talking to Palmer. I would like to see. There you go. Give the ball to the young man and let him kick it away. He doesn't want your advice. It's like fatherly advice. My kids are like, oh, God, don't say that or Dad will go on for 5 minutes about what it was like when he was a kid. Hey, my dad did it to me. I'll do it to my kids, too. Here's the kick from the 42. Oh, he boomed one. It lands at the 1 and bounces into the end zone. Touchback. Palmer got a hold of that one. Nice kick. So Kasson-Mantorville will start at the 20. They're the only level of football that still starts at the 20 on a touchback. Both pro and college go out to the 25, I believe. Time, it'll only be a matter of time before they do that in high school. 1st and 10, we'll see who the Komets bring out. I don't have any room to put any new players, so whatever they do. Looks like Bennett Brown is their starting tailback, and they got a new quarterback. It's Kason Tomey, I believe. Is that number 10? He's up under center. No, it's number 18. I'll have to check that. He's on a run around the left side himself. He's got some blocking. He's up to the 35-40 before he's knocked out of bounds across the 40-yard line. Quarterback is Alex Donovan. That would be Matt's younger brother. He's a sophomore. It's like the 4th quarterback in the ball game for Kasson-Mantorville, and he ran one quite a ways there, about 24 yards to the 44-yard line around the left side there. He's got a receiver out to the right. As he's up under center, Alex Donovan. And he will give it to the fullback who's rumbling down inside the Albert Lee 40 before he's stacked up at around the 35. Bennett Brown, I believe. $18-yard pickup, 1st down. Where do I have Mr. Brown listed at? Oh, he's down here. It's 5 carries, 30 yards for him. Now another fullback in there as the ball is, I think, loose, and Albert Lee jumps on it. I believe the Tigers have it. They do. A fumble at the 37-yard line of the Tigers, and a jump on it. Boy, those numbers are hard to read as they come off the field, but nice play defensively for Albert Lee as they stuffed the run there and forced the fumble and then jumped on it, and they'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 37. First turnover of the game for Kasson-Mantorville. And with 10:59 to play in the third quarter, Albert Lee's in business. 1st and 10. Still looks like Yankee in at quarterback. They got a receiver wide right and left. High backfield. Yankee gives it to the tailback, who's crossed the 40 to the 43. And McMillan takes it up to the 43 for about a 6-yard gain. He's up to 21 yards on 5 carries. 2nd down and 4 from their own 43, the Tigers. Again, the I backfield behind Yankee with receivers right and left. And the snap, give it to McMillan, and he is going to be stopped at the line, but he keeps moving the feet and pulls his way forward over the 45 to the 46. Be another 3-yard gain. He's about a yard short of a first down, so 3rd and 1. 24 yards now for Derek, the junior. He had hurt late in the game in Red Wing and it was helped off the field. Looked like his left foot was really bothering him, but good to see that he came back, and he's playing well here tonight. There he goes again. Burst up the middle, first down over midfield, down to about the 47 of Kasson-Mantorville. That's going to be 7 or 8 yards. 1st and 10, second time that Albert Lee's gotten in Kasson-Mantorville side of the field. Last time they did it, they had like 3 or 4 straight plays going backwards, so they've got to keep marching forward here. From the 47 of the Komets, and the handoff goes to Jansen, first guy through. He's down to about the 40. It's going to be a 7-yard pickup for Cole. He's got 15 yards now on 3 carries. Into the game, Tanner Kahn. And Max Edwin, a wide receiver, has yet to catch a pass for Albert Lee today. 8:58 to play. 2nd and 4 on the Komets, 41 for the Tigers. I backfield, receivers right and left. Yankee up under center. Gives it to the tailback, Derek McMillan, who bowls his way close to a first down. Might be a yard short. About a 3-yard pickup there for Derek. As they keep rotating in receivers, this time it's Giles and Moeller coming in. Giles goes left, Giles goes right, Moeller goes left. I backfield, Jansen in front of McMillan. Yankee up under center on a 3rd and 1. As he rolls to his right, and he's going to throw it downfield. Boy, that could be interference. No, I don't see a flag, but he impeded the receiver's movement downfield. But they're calling it incidental, or maybe they didn't see it, but I sure did. And that'll be 4th and 1. You really got nothing to lose. You might as well go for it. You're at the opponent 42, 43. Yankees had a tough day passing, but at least so far here, he hasn't been under duress. He had plenty of time there as he rolled to his right. They are going for it on 4th down in an I backfield, and they give it to McMillan. He's going to get that first down over the 35, down to about the 33. For about a 6-yard pickup. He's up to 40 yards on the ground here. They started running him on the last series before the first half and have been going to him liberally. 9 carries already, 40 yards. It's 1st and 10 from the 33 of Kasson-Mantorville. This time the pitch goes to McMillan just in time as Yankee gets clobbered. That could be roughing. He got hit it was right after the pitch, but McMillan takes it down to the 30. So that's another 3 yards for him. Well, Yankee got clobbered there at the 40-yard line, and I thought for sure that he was going to throw the flag on, a little roughing. Could have been helmet to helmet. I wasn't really zeroed in on that one, but must not have been because the ref didn't call it. Here's the I formation behind Yankee on 2nd and 7 from the Komets 31. A little movement by Kasson-Mantorville across the line. See if he was drawn off as the ref will make the decision here. We have offsides on the Komets. So free 5 yards for Albert Lee. Third penalty for 25 yards on Kasson-Mantorville. Still just the one penalty on Albert Lee, and that was the roughing the kicker on the punt that I thought shouldn't have been. But it's now 2nd and 7. There's a burst up the middle, and McMillan's got the ball down inside the 15. Nice carry there from the 31 all the way down to like the 12, 13-yard line. An 18-yard pickup. And Derek showing that he is making a bid to be the running back here for games moving forward. 61 yards now for him on 11 carries. 1st and 10 from the 18 for the Tigers with 6:25 to play in the third quarter. And the handoff again to McMillan, and he scoots his way towards the 5. And that'll be it for him there at the 5. So second down and 5 from the 5. And deep into Comet territory here. Let's see what they do on 2nd and 1 now on the 5-yard line. They got to get to that 4, get a fresh set of downs, and punch it in. Or they could punch it in right here as they do roll it into the end zone for the touchdown. Anybody see a number on that? I don't think it was McMillan. It was the first guy through, the fullback, and usually that's Jansen, but I'm not sure on the number. We'll have to go next door and find out. But a touchdown for the Tigers, and they get on the scoreboard here with 5:42 left in the third quarter. And they'll tack on the extra point, or at least attempt it, with one Alex Palmer. And the hold is good. The extra point is good. So with 5:42 to go here in the third, it is now 42-7 in favor of the Komets on a 5-yard run by the Tigers. We're going to try and find out who that was. And give you that information as they set up for the kickoff here on what is the second half here, the guaranteed rate first, or rather it's the Alpha Orthodontics second half. And Alpha Orthodontics in the Skyline Plaza, Albert Lee, proud supporter of Tiger football. Dr. Leonard has been a board-certified orthodontist for over 35 years. Alpha Orthodontics helped people get the smile of their dreams for over 150 zip codes. Call 377-0222 or online alphaorthodontics.com and like them on Facebook. So touchdown there scored by Mason Drescher of Albert Lee from 5 yards out with 5:42 to play here in the third, and it gets Albert Lee on the scoreboard 42-7 as they'll be kicking off here with Palmer. Boy, he put some leg into the last kickoff to start the second half. It bounced at about the 1 and scooted into the end zone untouched for a touchback. And here he puts the leg into it again. This one is, again, a booming kick. Caught this time at the goal line. He's going to bring it out. for Kasson-Mantorville, number 41, as he goes to the left and gets tackled up at the 20. So same difference. Could have let it go and achieved the same thing. Owen Nelson for the Komets as they start 1st and 10. Let's see what backups are in the game now for the Komets. Just going by numbers now. I don't have any room to put any stats for these guys if they go any deeper on the bench. It doesn't look like they got that many players either. They just keep trotting them out. Looks like Alex Donovan's still in the game at quarterback. The third or fourth quarterback used here today for them. It's a run inside and just a minimal gain of a yard or two. No, a fumble apparently. Albert Lee jumping up and down as if they have the ball, and the referees agree. Another turnover for this Albert Lee defense. Going for the ball. The little ball-hawking Tigers are stripping that thing away from them and pouncing on it, Tiger style. They have it at the 23-yard line. Second turnover on the Komets. And a little life in this Tigers team on homecoming Friday, with Jansen, the fullback, and McMillan, the tailback, behind Yankee, the quarterback. Got receivers right and left. They give it to Derek, and he scoots by. Boy, he's got moves inside and out, man. He just moves the pile down to about the 15, close to a first down. Needed to get to about the 13 and a half. It's going to be about a yard short. Well, they put it down at the 14. So, yeah. Give him another 9 on that. He's up to 75 yards on 13 carries. My unofficial count. I need an abacus and 3 calculators to add things up, so don't count on my numbers being correct, but they've got to be close. And there's a run for Jansen. He's going to go around the left side and get into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! From 14 yards, Cole Jansen takes it in. 4:44 to play here in the third. And it's 42-13. Pending the extra point. As they snap it, and the kick is good. So Cole Jansen and Mason Drescher, each with runs. Drescher's from 5, Jansen's from 14. Extra point good, and now it's 42-14. Komets, as the Tigers have scored 14 unanswered. And with 4:44 left on the Man Between the Lakes scoreboard, it is a 42-14 lead. And you've got Man Between the Lakes at 119 South Broadway in Albert Lee with all kinds of great stuff. The first time I went in there, I spent about an hour just looking at stuff and laughing. A lot of funny, great gift ideas and great stuff that every guy is going to want. And then you just slowly start buying stuff from them, and you're going to have a great collection of stuff. And they have great clothes, too, that you're not going to find anywhere else. So check them out at 119 South Broadway, downtown Albert Lee. Palmer sets up for the kickoff again. Last two, he is booted to the goal line. This one, one of them was returned, the other not. See if he can put some leg into it again here. And 4:44 to go in the third. Here's the kick. End over end. Gathered in at the 3. And they bring it up the middle and then angle it out to the left and tackled up the 25-yard line, 26 maybe, where the Komets will start 1st and 10. Two quick scores for Albert Lee off of turnovers. And they are feeling re-energized, especially that defense. Two big takeaways. 1st and 10 here from the 26 for Kasson-Mantorville. And there's a handoff up the middle. Is going to gain 4 yards or so. A big pile up at the 30-yard line. 2nd and 6 from the 30. Komets haven't scored since 8:13 left in the second quarter. But they've gone deep off their bench, that's for sure. Trying to get some of those underclassmen some playing time as the quarterback, Donovan, hands it's actually a pitch that runs out of bounds for no gain. Might even have lost half a yard. By the time they put it down, he lost a yard. So 3rd and 7. I'll call it 3rd and 7. They got to get to the 36-yard line. They're at the 29. Third down, 3:58 to go here. Clock stopped after they ran it out of bounds there. And the snap, a pitch, a little shovel pass. All right, up the gut, first down and more to the 45-yard line for Aiden Beckstrom of the Komets. Nice play there, a little shovel pass. Faked the handoff, and then he went up a few steps and then acted like he was blocking, then turned around for the shovel pass and gained that first down up to the 45 of Kasson-Mantorville. 3:35 to go here, third quarter. 42-14. Kasson-Mantorville with the lead and the ball as Donovan brings him up. He's up under center with single setback. And he's going to keep it and get crushed with a loss on the play. Boy, I wish Albert Lee's numbers were easier to see. They have the red numbers on the dark blue uniforms. This is almost impossible. But that was, I did see that one. Weston Dahl on the stop there. Nice play all the way back to the 44-yard line. And that's going to bring up a 2nd and 11. Up to the line come the Komets. 2nd and 11 from their own 44. And a run up the middle close to first down yards into Albert Lee territory at their 46. So it's going to be short by a yard. 3rd and 1. Make a stop here, defense. Force a punt and see if you can score again and cut the lead in half from the halftime score. That would be impressive. As Donovan, again, under center. Albert Lee a little anxious on their side of the ball, but they didn't cross the line, so no penalty there. And changing the play at the line of scrimmage is Alex Donovan. And he pitches it to the man in motion. That's on the ground. Albert Lee's got it at midfield. Another turnover, the 3rd in a row. 3 straight series to start the second half. Albert Lee has forced a fumble and recovered it. And they're in business again at midfield. And I believe it was Moeller who jumped on it. 1st and 10, Tigers. Trying to cut that lead in half. From the 42-0 at halftime, it's 42-14. And the first play is a handoff to Derek McMillan. He bounces off a couple of guys and runs for a first down past the 40. And the pile is moving down to the 35 and beyond. 16-yard carry. He's up to 91 yards on 14 carries. Derek McMillan, the junior, was a receiver. Oh, there's a flag flying in from, it was thrown from the Kasson-Mantorville side. And they're going to tack on some more yards here for Albert Lee. Oh, it's going to be refused, and they'll just take the first down as it was, and it's at the 34-yard line of Kasson-Mantorville. As Yankee brings him up. High backfield behind him. Receivers right and left. Gets the snap, hands it to McMillan, and he's bunched up there at the line of scrimmage. He's not going to get anywhere. Might have lost a half a yard, but great effort for McMillan. As Derek's, like I said, been a receiver and a kick returner. It's the first time I've really seen him in a featured back role, and I like what I see. He did lose a yard on that one, so he's back to 90 on the ground today in his 15 carries. Still no passes completed to a receiver. Here's a pitch to McMillan on the right side, and he cuts it in, and he's got some room to the 30, down to the 27-yard line. Going to be short of a first down, but looking a lot better from 2nd and 11 to about 3rd and 3 as he gets 8 yards there. He's got a good juke move. He's quick. His lateral movement, he can jump to the side and make people miss. He can bowl people over, too. He's got Jansen in front of him in the high backfield. Yankee brings him up. Receivers right and left, and they're going to pass. He's rolling to his right. He tries to get a little screen pass to McMillan, but it's too far for him, and he drops it. He got his hand on it, but wasn't able to reel it in. Now it's 4th and 3, an important play for this Tigers team. See if they can trying to get 3 touchdowns on 3 drives in the second half as they've taken the ball away from the Komets 3 straight times. We've got Edwin out to the right and Moeller to the left. No, that's not Moeller. That is Tanner Kahn out to the left. I backfield. Need 3. He's going to drop straight back and throw it over the middle, and it's into the interference there. Incomplete. It's going to be a turnover on downs for the Tigers. As the incompletion means that the Komets take over at the 33-yard line on their own 33. They have coughed it up 3 straight drives here in the second half. We'll see what happens here. As they come up to the line here, and it looks like, if I can see his number here, is that still Donovan? No, it looks like it might be another new quarterback. No, it is Donovan. Alex Donovan hands off to the first man through, short gain to the 30. And that'll do it for the third quarter of action here. And Alpha Orthodontics second half, brought to you by Alpha Orthodontics in Albert Lee Skyline Plaza. Proud supporter of Tiger football. October coming up here is National Orthodontic Health Month. And Dr. Leonard recommends bringing your child in as early as age 7 for their first complimentary exam. That's right, I said complimentary. That allows Dr. Leonard to monitor changes and to recommend the best time to start. No referral is necessary either. Call 377-0222 or online, alphaorthodontics.com, and like them on Facebook. Go to the Man Between the Legs scoreboard. End of 3, it's 42-14 as Albert Lee holds the Komets scoreless in that third quarter and gets a couple of touchdowns of their own. Man Between the Legs at 119 South Broadway, downtown Albert Lee, with great quality clothing. It's breathable and stretchable kind of stuff, not what you'd find in downtown France, but you're not going to find this stuff anywhere else in Albert Lee either, and I think it's great quality clothing, very comfy. Check it out for any man on your list, and all the other great stuff they have from local artists as well. And Man Between the Lakes, 119 South Broadway, Albert Lee. Let's take a quick break and be back with this action here on Power 96 Sports.
The doors are open at your local Austin and Albert Lee Pizza Ranches. John, Trish, and the gang are excited to serve you. Now you can enjoy all the things your Austin and Albert Lee Pizza Ranches have been famous for. Dine in, relax, and enjoy the buffet. Hot pizza, chicken, fresh salad, desserts, and now hot wings are available. The car cruises are back again. Albert Lee hosts on Wednesdays and Austin hosts on Thursdays. Of course, social distancing and measures are in place for your safety and theirs. The Pizza Ranches in Austin and Albert Lee now open to serve you.
1st and 10, Kasson-Mantorville. Donovan hands off. Nope, he keeps it and then pitches to the second man in the backfield. He's spun out of bounds across the 35 at about the 36-yard line. That'll bring up third down at about 3. Just underway here in the fourth quarter. As they come up to the line here, Donovan brings them up. Thanks to the Trading Post, Highway 65 Gordonsville. Call 507-448-3302 and like them on Facebook. Here's the pitch. But if they can get to them, they're going to lose big yardage. And they do down at the 31. 6-yard loss is going to bring up 4th and long for the Komets. Albert Lea Taxi at 1325 Southeast Broadway in Albert Lea, 507-383-3341. Like them on Facebook. Farmers Insurance Agent Joey Talamontes, 710 East Main Street in Suite 100 Albert Lea. Call 507-373-3245. Like him on Facebook. Thompson Electric at 310 South 2nd Avenue West in Albert Lea. Call 507-373-4279. Online, ThompsonElectricofAlbertLea.com. Like them on Facebook as the Komets are punting here with 11:11 and clock moving left here in the game. Hodgman Drainage, Highway 34 Dodge Center. Call 507-528-2225. Online, HodgmanDrainage.com. The punt going to land about midfield and roll into Albert Lea territory at the 35. Nice roll there. Touchdown there. Alpha Orthodontics, Skyline Plaza, Albert Lea, 507-377-0222 or alphaorthodontics.com. As well as Bayview Freeborn Funeral Home on Highway 13 in Albert Lea. Call 373-4330 or online, bayviewfuneral.com. Albert Lea Chiropractic, Acupuncture, and Massage at 1340 West Main in Albert Lea. Call 377-3780 or online, albertleachiropractic.com. And like them on Facebook. Guaranteed Rate Residential Mortgage, 134 South Newton Avenue in Albert Lea. Call 320-2229. And online, people.rate.com. And like them on Facebook. Up to the line at the 35 come the Tigers. I backfield behind Yankee with McMillan deep. And it's going to be Jansen, the first guy through the fullback who gets the carry. And he's going to push that pile forward a few yards. His 5th carry of the game. He's up over 30 yards. Cole is, I think, at about, he put it up to 34 or 39. So it's a 4-yard gain. Edward Jones, financial advisor Angie Eggum at 127 South Broadway, Albert Lea. Call 507-373-2000. Online, edwardjones.com/Angie Eggum. And Farmers Mutual, Highway 13, Manchester. Call 507-826-3425 or manchestermutual.com. McMillan going nowhere. Well, he's still not down. He's moving the pile all across the 40. But that kid has some strength in him. Not only does he have speed, he outran. Oh, there's a flag late from the umpire in the backfield of the Albert Lea backfield. It's Farmers, or it's manchestermutual.com. You can like them on Facebook. They're in Manchester. Also, personal foul now on Albert Lea is what they're calling. So they'll move that back. And instead of 3rd and a few, it's going to be way back. And Urban and Gerbert's 132 Bridge Avenue in Albert Lea. Call 507-473-2033. Online, urbanandgerberts.com. Sports boosters like Pizza Ranch, Mapleton Marine, Thompson Sanitation, as well as Becker Auto and RV in Hayward, Freeborn County Solid Waste, Derek's Preferred Auto, T&W Towing, and Northbridge Mall. Big 15-yarder against the Tigers. Sets them back to the 27. They need to get to the 45 for a first down, so calling it 3rd and 19. Yankee's going to throw it over the middle, and a fight for the ball, picked off. And the Albert Lea receiver, well, I guess he's going to be all right. He's slow to get up, but seems to be. All right, well, that's Bowler. The interception made by Howard Head of the Komets. Second pick of Yankee on the day. And the Komets are set up 1st and 10 at the Albert Lea 44 with 9:41 to play. fair pass there. They haven't thrown at all, I don't think. Well, a couple of screenplays I think they tried there in the second half, but after getting run over by that defensive front, the starting defensive front of the Komets, they hadn't passed much. But those 2 picks, now the Komets are in business, leading 42-14, and a straight ahead handoff is going to get about half of the first down yardage that they need. See where they set it down. 42, a couple of yards. The pile went to the 40, but they set it back at the 42. So it was only a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8. Komets up to the line with a single setback, and he's going to get the carry but go nowhere. Just run over by 4 Tiger players up the middle there. So the interior of the defensive line coming together and stopping Dominic Mann, who's in the game now for Komets at tailback, fullback, whatever, their single setback. Clock running with 8:31 to play. No timeouts have been called in this ballgame. 3rd and 7 on the 42 of Albert Lee. As Alex Donovan gets set and ready to go. He will pitch it back to the tailback. He gets tackled for a big loss. That was Kirsch. Yeah, Bryson got him way back at the 47. And that will force maybe a punt here, 4th and long. Yep, he's going to go back to punt. Albert Lee's played better defense here in the second half for sure. They have the 3 turnovers. They haven't allowed the Komets to score since 8:13 left in the first half. And the snap is fine, and the punt is on the way. Bounces at inside the 25, and it's bouncing around there. Not in favor of anybody in particular, and downed at the 24. Albert Lee will start 1st and 10. Let's take a quick break. We have some business to take care of here on Power 96 Sports.
Are you paying too much for garbage collection? Call Thompson Sanitation today at 256-4370. You'll learn why to make the switch. Thompson Sanitation is locally owned, keeping your money in our local community. They offer garbage disposal and roll-off service with competitive prices and the best service around, too. And it's so easy to change. Start your service today. No BS with TS. Call 256-4370 to get the best service at the best prices in the area. Thompson Sanitation. Be loyal. Shop local.
Handoff from Yankee to McMillan. First play goes backwards a little bit. A couple of yards lost there. Derek doesn't do that often. Well, he was dropped for a 7-yard loss earlier, but this one just a couple of yards back. Gets him to 96. He's close to that 100-yard mark. He's got 17 carries. And Power 96 is 96.1, KQPR FM, Albert Lee, Minnesota. As 2nd and 14. Yankee back to pass. Over the middle, and it's caught by Edwin. First receiver catch of the day, and it's a first down up to the 41. 19 yards for Max Edwin. He was covered well with 2 guys on him, but he was able to pull that one away. And that puts Yankee into positive yardage for first time in a long time. He's up to 14 yards. Got a couple of sacks that hurt his numbers there, but 19-yarder for Edwin brings it up to a 1st and 10 at the 41 of Albert Lee. And a pitch to McMillan going right and running into a whole bunch of guys at the 40. He might lose another yard there. Come on, Derek. You're going the wrong way, man. I want you to get over 100. He's now 5 away from 100. They set it at the 41. So really, he maybe lost a half a yard. We'll just keep him at 96 then. It's still 2nd and 10 from the 41, and we're down to 5:40 to play. The ball game, 42-14, Kasson-Mantorville. Doing their best to wreck Albert Lee's homecoming, but the second half has looked brighter for the Tigers. And there comes McMillan. He breaks the tackle. No, that was Jansen breaking the tackle up to the 45. He picks up 4. And he's at 37 yards on 6 carries. And that makes it 3rd and 6 from the 45. Got to get just over midfield to the Komets 49 for the first down. Yankee up under center, the eye backfield. Receivers right and left. And the first man through gets it. That's Jansen. He's going to get a couple of yards, but not enough for the first. And it brings up a 4th and 4. So we'll see. They appear to be going for it here. From their own 47, trying to get to the Komet 49 on this play to keep the drive moving. And it's going to be McMillan who runs into a bunch of trouble there right as he gets the ball and loses yardage. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. So a turnover on downs, and that is going to be Komet ball at the Albert Lee 47-yard line. And my count, Derek McMillan still 4 yards short of the 100-yard mark on the ground with 4:18 to play. And the Alpha Orthodontics second half. Proud supporters of Tiger football. They provide flexible financial arrangements customized for you and your family. Choose the payment plan that best fits your budget and get the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call Alpha Orthodontics, 377-0222. That is a fumble. Jumped on by the Komets at midfield. Or online, alphaorthodontics.com, and like them on Facebook. So they lose yardage, about 3-4 yards. 2nd and long. 4 minutes and counting left in the contest. And then the homecoming dance. I think the Beatles are playing it this year, the homecoming dance. They got a big budget. They're bringing the Beatles back. Half the kids don't even know who they are. Here's a handoff up the middle that goes nowhere, maybe a yard or two. It's going to bring up 3rd and long for the Komets with 3:25 to go. Maybe they have the Beatles versus the Stones. They just played in Rochester. Viking football coming up here on Sunday at 2 o'clock pregame, 3:25 or so for the kickoff. As a home opener for the Vikes, trying to get off the schneid. Seattle, I believe they're 1-1. As the clock continues at 2:50, and Donovan taking his time to get up under center. As much time as he can, and he hands it to the first guy through, and he's off like a shot. He's not going to get a first down, but he gets a good chunk of yardage back past the original line of scrimmage and up to about the 43 of Albert Lee. Need to get to the 38, 37 actually. So they'll bring up 4th down. 4th and 6, 2:20 to play. Player of the game, you know, 2 guys that scored touchdowns, but I almost got to give it to Derek McMillan again. He was the player of the game last week, but he was the difference maker. Had the 1 touchdown for a return on a kickoff. He had 2 of them, actually. 1 was called back. But he has come in and been a spark plug here. They fed him the ball since late in the second quarter. 18 carries, 96 yards. There's a timeout on the field. And let's take a break here and be back with the last minute 56 on Power 96 Sports.
Remember when you used to envy theirs?
Nice boat!
Now, they envy yours.
Hey,
Nice boat! When the weekend comes to you, you come down to the dock.
Check out the incredible deals on Hewitt docks, lifts, and accessories. Get the quality Hewitt products you need and want at Mapleton Marine, your boating and Hewitt headquarters. Mapleton Marine on Highway 22 or mapletonmarine.com. Facebook too. What are you waiting for?
All right, homecoming crowd is getting raucous here at the Gus. Sensing the end of the game and a chance to go celebrate with homecoming festivities. It's going to be a minute 56 to play here. And back to punt for the Komets is Brennan Bondus. He of the senior pictures at halftime. If you were along there for that. And he boots one in the air, and it's kind of a swaggering kick, and it bounces at the 20, and it's down there by a Kasson-Mantorville player at about the 17, 18-yard line, where Albert Lee will take over. A minute 46 to play. 42-14. Komets scoring all 42 of their points in the first half on 6 consecutive touchdowns. All on the ground. And Albert Lee coming back with 2 touchdowns here in the second half, shutting out the Komets since 8:13 left in the second quarter. And granted, they've been playing second and third stringers, the Komets, but all the same, that's the story. And here's a handoff to McMillan, who gets across the 20 and up to maybe the 21-22. We'll call it the 22. He's at 98. And if he carries one more time, it'll be 20 carries and could put him over 100. Minute 23 to play. Derek McMillan. He's getting around 5 yards a carry, which is pretty nice. As they will hand it to him. And he gets off the left side, 5 yards, and now he's at the 30. Dragged down from behind at about the 34. That'll be a first down and 13-yard gain. Puts him at 111 on 20 carries. And I know I'll make the decision to give Derek the player of the game honors. He's come in, been a spark plug. I think they found themselves a nice tailback right here. Seems to have power and speed. As they have 1st and 10 on their own 34. And this is Jansen. First man gets the ball. He's going nowhere. Dropped immediately. Pretty much at the line of scrimmage. 20 seconds left. Could have been the last play. 2nd and 10. From their own 34 for the Tigers as they run a play in, but there's only 7 seconds left. They're going to try and hurry and get one snapped here, but 2, 1, and they get it off at the 1 second mark, and it's a screen play to McMillan, who is dropped at the 30 for a loss of about 4 yards. And that's your final score, 42-14 on the Man Between the Lakes scoreboard. Brought to you by Man Between the Lakes at 119 South Broadway, downtown Albert Lee. Great quality clothing and some great stuff from local artists, too, that you should peruse down there. From shot glasses to T-shirts to signs to little games for the bathroom. And, like I said, great clothing, too. Check them out. And thanks again, Alpha Orthodontics, for sponsoring the second half. They are a proud sponsor of Tiger football. Skyline Plaza in Albert Lee. As Dr. Leonard specializes in getting you a great smile, he's the area's elite Invisalign provider. Ask about Invisalign for a less noticeable option. Call today for your complimentary consultation and take your first step toward your new smile. Also, call them at 377-0222 or online, alphaorthodontics.com, and like them on Facebook. We're going to get to the Bayview Freeborn Funeral Home final stats in just a bit. Let me run through some of these great sponsors that we have. Then we'll break, get you the stats, and wrap things up here from the Gus. Urban and Gerbert's still with, I did pick Derek McMillan for the player of the game. Second week in a row. Urban and Gerbert's gives them a $20 gift card. 132 Bridge Avenue in Albert Lea. Call 507-473-2033. Online, urbanandgerberts.com, and like them on Facebook. Farmers Mutual Insurance on Highway 13 in Manchester. Call 507-826-3425. Online, manchestermutual.com, and like them on Facebook. Edward Jones, Financial Advisor. Angie Egham, 127 South Broadway, Albert Lea. Call 507-373-2000. Online, edwardjones.com/Angie Egham. Like her on Facebook. Guaranteed rate residential mortgage at 134 South Newton in Albert Lea. Call 320-2229. Online, people.rate.com, and like them on Facebook. Albert Lea Chiropractic, Acupuncture, and Massage at 1340 West Main in Albert Lea. Call 377-3780 or online, albertleachiropractic.com, and like them on Facebook. And we'll take the break and be back with the final stats and some final words here from the Gus on Power 96 Sports. Oh, you done? Okay.
I can't believe we have to make this commercial.
It's ridiculous.
You'll think it's ridiculous, too. Listen to this.
This commercial is about, well, it's about parents being rude at high school athletic events.
Ridiculous, right?
It gets worse. Studies show more than 75% of new high school officials are quitting because of bad adult behavior.
So now there's a shortage of refs here in Minnesota, in almost all sports.
No officials means no more games.
Is that what you want for us?
Come on, parents.
It's time to grow up.
Cheer for your team.
Be proud of your children.
But stop being so ridiculous.
And don't make us run another commercial.
Because we will.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association, reminding you to always practice good sportsmanship.
Also, our thanks to Trading Post off Highway 65 in Gordonsville. Call 507-448-3302. Like them on Facebook. Albert Lea Taxi at 1325 Southeast Broadway, Albert Lea. Call 507-383-3341. Farmers Insurance Agent Joey Talamontes, 710 East Main Street, Suite 100, Albert Lea. Call 507-373-3245. And Thompson Electric, 310 South 2nd Avenue West in Albert Lea. Call them at 507-373-4279. Online, thompsonelectricofalbertlea.com. Hodgman Drainage at Highway 34 in Dodge Center, 507-528-2225. And online, hodgmandrainage.com. Sports Boosters, Mapleton Marine, Pizza Ranch, Thompson Sanitation, Northbridge Mall, T&W Towing, Derek's Preferred Auto, Freeborn County Solid Waste, and Becker Auto and RV in Hayward. 3 second-half turnovers led to 14 points for Albert Lea. After being shut out in that first half, 42-0. They scored in the third quarter with 5:42 to play. Mason Drescher taking one in from 5 yards out. Extra point was good. Cole Jansen ran it in from 14 about a minute later off of a turnover. And 4:44 to go in the third. That was the final score of the game. The extra point was good. It was 42-14. And Dakota Yankee ended up 4 for 12 for 14 yards, 2 interceptions. And leading rusher was Derek McMillan, who had 20 carries for 111 yards, with Cole Jansen getting 7 totes for 39 yards and a touchdown. Bryson Kirsch had a run for 1 yard. And, of course, Mason Drescher with that carry for 5 yards. His only carry of the game was a touchdown run. And as far as receiving, just Max Edwin with 1 catch for 19 yards. McMillan had a catch for -4. Bryson Kirsch with a catch for 2 yards. And Cole Jansen with 1 reception for 2 yards. Good display in that second half. Nice defense, stripping the ball away, getting some turnovers. Very few penalties in the game. That was good to see. And they do end up with a 42-14 loss for homecoming, but things to work on there. And it's tough when you're playing top 10 teams every week, but that's the schedule before them, and they have played it as good as they can. So we give them credit for that. Thanks to everybody for sponsoring the game, and thanks for you to listening in. And we'll be back next Friday from Winona, another top 10 team in Class 4A for these Tigers to play here on Power 96 Sports.